minutes.
180 episodes. Well, pack your bags, because we're sending you right back where you came from, I promise. The master's here!
Let the power protect you. This is about all I said on Power Rangers. The only thing I'd like to hear is that's a wrap. That's all I'd like to hear after working 15-hour days. That's a wrap.
It was our quote to what we said in the show. Okay, so many, what can I remember? Yes, I remember, it's this voice. I remember when I got it, he's like, just do your voice, just be a little more robotic. And I was like, okay, remember that? Okay, so something like Rangers, I know the Earth will be safe, protected by you.
Shift into turbo.
Do you remember we started with you doing, everyone had their little key out thanks to, because Jason was so good at it. You didn't have one, so yours was, the key out! A lot of people.
Oh, I told you I got that memo from Disney, right? When I was on Dino Thunder. I got a memo from Disney to stop cussing when I'm doing my key eyes. It said stop saying shit. It was like, yeah, no, I wasn't. I was like, but then afterwards I was
Wait, what?
Memos don't work.
Awesome and secure Power Rangers cuss, that just made it.
That was somebody else.
My question is for Blake. How do you feel being the kid on the show? You not get crazy, like ever?
That's sick, dude. You're a sick man. I mean, I gotta tell everybody, dude, it was a dream come true for me. I was a huge Power Ranger fan before the show. I was even on the show, and then once I was on the show, I remember sitting in the room and the table reading, and it was fucking Jason. Tommy. Yeah, it was a dream come true, and yeah, Jason did. We did actually play the game. Well, he always won, but I won't talk about it. I told you never say anything.
I can show you guys videos later on what the game was.
I remember shooting the very first episode, and I think they even have them on the outtakes. Don't you love those outtakes? I could not get my scene right. I couldn't get it right. I think we must have shot it at least 25, 30 times. It was the most embarrassing thing. But it was great. It was just trying to shake off the nerves. I had a great time, and I'm glad that we moved on from there. It was hard in the beginning to adjust, but it was a lot of fun. Yeah, thank you.
Boy, they're really going to cut that.
First again. I had a great time on Power Rangers. I really did. There were very many moments But we had a lot. He's not even looking. I had a lot of fun, so it was a blessing for me.
Yeah, it was a blast. I mean, I did a guest appearance on Masked Rider, the other Saban show before. I was the voice of the Phantom Ranger, but I was the voice of the Ranger, so I could come in like late at night, Scott, and I'd show up at like 10:30, and hi, Rangers, follow me, and then I'd run, that was it. So it was a blast. No hair, no makeup, no blocking, no real direct. Well, there was directing, but it was a blast for me.
Yeah, it was an awesome time. I think after a couple trips to the hospital, you shake it off and you get right back in and you do it over again. It was great. I loved it. It brought me over here. I was only 20 when I came over here. I'm old now. No, it was such a blessing to be on the show, and I don't think, for me, I realized how good it was until it was over. So.
Yeah, I picked you up from the airport, as a matter of fact, because I was still part of the crew at that time. When you're in the film industry, this was a 6-month job for me that turned into 6 years, and then all the residual years after that. So it was just a wonderful time. I have no regrets, and it was a lot of fun.
I loved it. I got to tell all these guys what to do, have a great time. We had so much fun, and my end of it, I did 500 episodes of Power Rangers, and 100 of Beetleborgs, 100 of VR Troopers, 50 Masked Riders, 50 Mystic Knights of Tirnog. Do we do any of them? Yeah! Sweet Valley High. And Digimon. Actually, Digimon started there, and I was supposed to direct those, but I was doing too many other shows, and I told them I couldn't do it, so I knocked out on that one.
Yeah, Digimon!
No. He directed me to say no, I hate it. Did you see the director? What happens? No. It was... No, I hate it. No, of course, man. I mean, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here if I didn't like it, to be honest with you. I got businesses and I got other stuff, and I'm here for the fans, and, honestly, I'm excited to see the fans. I see a lot of fans that's been around the AFO, but I haven't seen these guys forever. Like, I see Steve a couple times. I haven't really seen Blake. Everybody, I haven't seen them very long.
This was not an open audition, but thank you.
I noticed that you made a cameo in that Christmas special of Mighty Morphin. Did you have to audition for Ashley when you made that cameo? And was that actually in that episode, or did you play a different character in that cameo?
Yeah, very good memory. I'm impressed. Thank you. No, I was not Ashley at the time. I was just hanging around and happened to be there, and the rest is history. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Great memory. Thank you for the question.
They usually involve Jason, so. Okay, I'll tell you my best one. There was an episode, you guys probably mostly remember this, some Western episode, and the end of the scene, and everyone's had a laugh riding their horse off in the best, ha ha, laugh for a ranger. Well, the first person in was, I shouldn't know to tell this.
Too late.
David Yost was the first person in, and he was in a mood, and he didn't want to do it, so he took his headphones off and he goes, I'm not doing this, but the other guys do it, and threw him down. Well, we recorded that. And we played it back for the other Rangers. So everybody put a comment, and we have like at one point I had like a 10-minute reel of every monster and every Ranger saying, well, if David's not going to do it, I'm not going to do it. And so I had about 15 people doing it. I finally brought David back in the city and said, dude, take a listen to this. Because he was being a little cranky that day, shall we say. And so he listened to it, he goes, okay, I'm sorry. You got a million.
I don't have any cranks. I was a job, people. I was a professional. I was a job. I was a professional, like, just...
Let me change the question. What did Jason do to you?
There we go.
This story is just coming to my head because I'm looking at his yin-yang tattoo. And we were shooting the movie, and we were in San Pedro, and the producers decided they did not want to pay for my hair and makeup, and Jason was like, I don't think so. So we were on this boat, the pirate ship, and he was like standing there like this, so his tattoo was like right on the camera, and we were all like, we messed all our hair up and everything, and they used the shot. That's the funniest part of all. It's crazy. There's many of stories of him. Many. I can't even talk now.
Good thing he's sleeping.
You guys have such short memories. We get emails and Scott, remember
Next question.
Smart man.
I remember we were in San Pedro, and we had worked a very, very long day. And, should I not talk about that? Well, yeah, this is real. It was a very, very long day, and production didn't want to pay for us to have a hotel room because we had to come back at 5 o'clock the next morning. We finished like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. And at that time, I was a little broke. And actually, I think Johnny was too. So Kat and Dan Jason and Kat paid for a room for us to stay the night so that we wouldn't have to travel all the way back to Los Angeles and come back in 3 hours. So that's one experience that we had. That's not a good, that is a good story. Jason was very nice. Very nice. That's all. He was nice. It's not the part.
I wish I remember.
It was really fun going to Tennessee, but I, at one point, wasn't feeling so good, and they did not have trailers for Jason and I for the waterfall part. And I was lying in the car, and I was not feeling good, and I'm lying there with my eyes closed, and I open my eyes, and there's this face in the window, and he's got like a scare. It was a little bit scary face, and he's like, "I think the tire! I think the tire!" It was just some guy. He stumbled in on the set. He was like looking at me, literally like.
Wow.
I mean, I'm not. He was like from the movie Deliverance. Have you ever seen? Yeah. And then when we did the we had some weird people. Oh, he gave her his gum out of his mouth. That's right. She took it. Ooh, that was a weird place. We were in a creepy part of the world. Yeah, and then when we were shooting all the rapid scenes and everything, it was freezing cold and it was a little rugged. But it was fun when you look back on it, but in the moment it wasn't so fun.
I'm sure that gum's on eBay now.
That's for the movie, but whatever.
The easiest and most difficult? That's easy one. Jason David Frank. The easiest and I think it's like the most difficult. Oh yeah, sure. Having to do the splits in the movie, that was difficult to have to stay there for like. Had to stay there for like a couple hours actually in that splits, like filming it, and they had this wire underneath me that was right underneath me with the little spear attached to it, and it was like, flying that wire in right by my tenders. It was scary. So anyway,